Absolutely amazing. It's going to be a jam-packed day.
Oh, that is great news. And as you can hear, we are getting very close to kicking off this opening round heat. And what a heat it's going to be. Stephanie Gilmore, who was victorious back in 2018 here at the Corona Open J-Bay, is going to be up against B.Hennessy, who's had an amazing year so far.
You know, you think you're going to have that magic run all throughout, as we might see our first roll of the dice here.
Here we go. 2022, the Corona Open J-Bay getting underway with B.Hennessy taking off. Nice slice there to get things started. Great flow. The equipment's looked great in the opening sessions, those first few days of warming up prior to competition. And Brisa has been a standout as she now gains some speed, patient, picking her moments carefully here. Bit of bump on the face, but no problems for Brisa as she looks to finish this one off on the inside, grabs that rail for a moment, maintains the control, and she will get a decent score on the board for that one.
Very polished, very smooth. I really like that very first turn. She carried her speed well. She positioned herself in the lineup deep, so she's able to choose that one wave set. It really was about that single wave. So what a start for her to get going in this one.
That's a really well surfed opening ride.
It's great. I mean, watch Brisa. She never really fully extends her body. She stays compressed through all of these maneuvers, so she's able to handle that lump on the face, like you mentioned, Ronnie, from that northwest wind, and navigate through all that lump and bump as she gets this inside section. And it's cold. I mean, I'm sitting in the out here in the studio and shaking and shivering a little bit. It is about keeping yourself warm, staying on waves, staying active. So Brisa did so well after sitting for a number of minutes.
You know, holding onto a yellow jersey is very difficult, especially at the very early start of the year. And she did it all the way to like event 4. So, I mean, that's pretty good job by her.
Courtney Conlogue now going to get an opportunity here on what will be the second wave ridden of the morning, and Courtney's got a lot of speed, maybe been putting in more time than any other surfer on the CT on those days leading up to this opening round of competition. And this wave is just reeling so quickly. She's having a tough time laying down that first big turn. There's a nice cut down off the top, and now tucks into the barrel, still rolling through this one.
She knew that and got out of there quick.
Yeah, such a perfectionist. As soon as she kind of got bogged down on that second turn, she just went, nah, I'm over it.
Yeah, she knows what a good wave feels like. And in a free surf here for Courtney, you're doing that high line, you got so much speed, and it's a big thrill. But here in competition, like you said, you got to find that flow, you got to find the big sections to connect with. Courtney, unfortunately, just didn't really get a chance to find the flow and rhythm. That turn right there was really nice.
I think she could have saved it here with this barrel. If she had been able to get out of that, that would have saved this wave, and it probably could have stayed in their scoreline. Yeah, this wave had all that froth on the face. One beautiful snap there, but I mean, it's just so hard to ride a wave, especially if you're here at J-Bay. You don't want to have white water on the face.
Luggage getting lost, flights getting cancelled, and she's always doing it with a smile on her face.
I was going to say, like, how you know, it's easy to get grumpy when that kind of stuff happens, right?
Not when the waves are like this, though.
Positive Pete today. Positive Pete today.
I love it. Here goes Stephanie Gilmore, wave number 2. This one reeling off, and Steph didn't really get those nice opening turns in like she would have hoped. Won't have a decent score to speak of just yet, but there's still 17 minutes to go here as down the line. Courtney maybe finds a wave with a better pace compared to her first. Nice slice to get started. Keeping it tight to the pocket. This wave splitting just a little bit, but it should run off again. Starting to double up now.
Oh.
And she just gets a little lost on the bump before entering that little double up section through the inside, but just watching that wave reel off behind me now, and it was pretty ugly, so I don't think she really lost too much down the line. She's in a great position, but she's got to pick wisely, and this first one's quite stretched out, and she's going to give it a go though. She needs to ride high, really get that speed going, driving hard, and that wave is going to ankle tap her at the bottom, and her board fell awkwardly under her. And then I think all the competitors have to get familiar with those conditions again too.
For sure. I mean, it doesn't come easy. I mean, yeah, you have your lineups, but every swell's a little different.
Well, Steph making a move here. Nice slice to get started. Just love that clean style, that brilliant flow that she has, even when she's really not on point just yet. But she's starting to warm up on this wave now. Really committing through her first few turns, getting that board redirected back into the pocket a couple of times. You can tell there's still a tricky bump on the face at the moment, but there's a really nice finish on that wave.
You look at the judging notes from today, you know, and we've got a criteria that sticks with every single event.
And that the lip just took her right out, so if you got to stay heavy on your feet out here.
And Strider, just looking at the beautiful sunrise, it's beautiful from our vantage point, but it can sometimes hit you right in the eyeballs while you're riding a wave. How are you enjoying the solar gazing?
Solar gazing, just, I mean, look at this. Are you kidding me? No, but it's just incredible. But as this thing comes in, here we go. Look out the back here.
We've got a beautiful looking wall here for Courtney. Steph Gilmore has jumped up into the lead now. Courtney, after a 4-point ride to get herself into first. And this wall is standing up nice and tall. She's going to get some big speed. Just hammering down the line here at the moment. Courtney's got the power on these bigger waves to really let go of some major turns. And she's really pacing herself beautifully. Nice kick on the tail through that move. And I love it when she's able to smooth her lines out. Goes to that layback, just mixing things up nicely, riding high. Everyone enjoys the space and time that you have here at Jeffreys Bay. And Courtney just surfed with a lot of composure through that ride. And it should be enough to see her make that jump. You've got to deal with a bit of that texture on the face, and it can make it hard to sink the rail into the face of these waves.
It doesn't look like it when you watch this wave. I mean, yeah, you see it chattering a little bit, but when you're riding this wave, it is very challenging. Just to be able to time with everything, your board feels like it's going to slip out. You're going so fast, and you don't want to, that feeling is slippery up in the lip. So you kind of have to understand that and trust it. She did very well here just to keep that flow going. I mean, top to bottom. No huge major moves where you're going, wow, but just the entire wave was a nicely surfed wave.
Well, the situation at the moment isn't really calling for that big, excellent score, isn't it? It's a little bit of a chess match unfolding here at the moment, and it's a battle of those mediocre numbers, but Courtney's certainly connecting with the best wave of the heat so far. Well, Steph's got the most ground to make up at the moment, but it is going to be a crucial decision with priority for Brisa, as you said, Pete, as we see Courtney not wasting any time, knows that she wants to get rid of that 2.67, takes her chances on a medium-sized wave, couple of decent turns, gives her a bit more freedom on the rail. Oh, super committed on that final manoeuvre. Looked like her board maybe flipped over as well, so
I like the
awkward
aggression.
Moments.
I like the aggression there. I mean, it was a smaller wave. It had good pace on it, but that last move, she pulls that one off.
Let's have a look at it.
Smart from Courtney, to activate, to really convert on that 5.83 that she has in her scoreline now. To flick off that 2.67. I think she's going to improve here watching this awkward fall. You see the foot slip off the back there. That board goes underneath her and definitely makes connection with her body. That hurts.
Looks like we got Brisa looking at a beautiful wall here. Looks like she's going to come around the section nice. First hack, nice and clean in the bowl. Coming up to this lip line again, sweeps the turn. Looking for this inside section to stand up for her. Nice, big gaff in the face there. Drops the wallet. Another beautiful turn right there. Take it away, guys. I'm out here.
Yeah, well, a great call so far, but let's see what Brisa can do on the finish of this one. It's starting to taper off, but she did a lot of work on the outside section there, and at this point with that 5.5 opener, she only needed a 3.54 to get herself up into the lead. She did a lot of work, flowed nicely through those turns, good variation.
Being able to switch that completely off or turn it into a positive and, start giving yourself, you're pumping up, look in the mirror going, yep, you got this.
Here goes the she-goat. And she has to make up some numbers now. 5.5 is what she's after, has plenty of speed. First section stands up. Steph climbs into the pocket. Doesn't really tee off the way she would have liked, but she'll make up for it here. Nice layback jam. So a decent start to this ride, but we'll need more. You've got to make the comparison to the high range 5 that Courtney had. It was a decent wave. And Steph's going to need a huge finish here, committing to the float on the end section. Tail drop. It's so shallow through the inside there. And incomplete. She didn't have a lot of room to land that move and show the judges that she had control. And waiting on those scores to come through, but it does feel like it's going to be a little short. Brisa sitting in the number 1 spot. Less than a minute to go as Courtney taps into another decent set wave here. And really just pacing herself at the moment. This wave's starting to reel now as it hits the inside section here at Super Tubes. Nice jam in the pocket there. And Courtney only after a 4.5. This wave's going to get away from her though with just on 35 seconds to go.
Overcommitted on that maneuver, put her behind. She wasn't able to get around to the open face. That wave's still going.
And the youngster, B.Hennessy, holding her nerve
win
and recovering after getting the solid start. She's going to take the first win here of the opening round and get herself into the quarterfinals here. Impressive stuff.
That was a cool heat. Fun. All the way to the end.
I think the competitors in that second heat are going to learn a lot too. Some tricky conditions, even though it is looking really promising and fantastic here on day 2 of the event window.